brain, it's Barndoor brain. Skew it up, boys, these RBGs be insane. Big brain, it's a Barndoor brain. Every time we hit ready, it's already the game.
Hey guys, Barndoor here. I thought I would go ahead and make a guide on how to play Demon Hunter in the new Shadowlands season. For those who do not know me, my name's Barndoor. I stream on Twitch and occasionally I make YouTube videos. I was actually in Shadowlands here. I was the world first Demon Hunter to reach above 2,000 rating, right? I was able to do it on day one, and then also the second Demon Hunter in North America to get above to Proc Duelist. So, so I've been pushing really hard this first couple weeks here, and I wanted to make this video a little earlier, but I really wanted to wait and see what kind of changes, what kind of tuning they were gonna do. You'll see in this video I'm gonna include a lot of things, some things such as like my talents, my Soulbinds, the gear that I have, everything you need to be successful as a demon hunter in the arena. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So starting off, we're gonna go ahead and run in here. We're gonna check out our talents, right? So this, I'm not saying that this is the 100% best what you need to go in all situations, right? But I'm gonna give you guys what's worked really well for me and what's been continually working well for me through the first week that it opened and this week as well, the second week that the arena has been open, right? Now certain things may change, right? Certain things may get tuned here and there. But right now, after the second round of arena changes, everything feels like it's starting to even out. So let's start with our talents, right? In the first row, we're going to go with Demonic Appetite. In PvP, I always take it. You need the healing that you get out of those soul orbs. Leech is just you do not get a lot from Leech, and any extra healing you can get is very needed right now. Burning Hatred, another mandatory talent. So this is where I want to talk about for a second. So these two talents in the first row. I've had very good success running these two talents in this during the season, but I have experimented with the Fellblade Demon Blades build, and I will say I like Demonic Appetite and Burning Hatred a little bit better. But Fellblade Demon Blades could still be viable depending on the situation. If you need to connect, you know, maybe in twos it might be good. But as far as threes go, with the experience with the comps that I've been playing, I would recommend the Demonic Appetite and Burning Hatred. Next, this has been a big one. This has been something that has definitely changed since this Shadowlands. Glaive Tempest, a new ability. If anybody remembers Legion, Fury of the Illidari, this is basically the same thing. It's the Legion artifact thing, only just put into an actual ability. Unbound Chaos, the change to it has completely nerfed and makes Unbound Chaos absolutely unplayable. And Trial of Ruin, it's decent, but the thing is like when you break it down, right? It does not deal as much damage as your Glaive Tempest does. I mean, just look at the tooltip right here, right? 1,184 damage over 4 seconds, or, right, you've got 4,302 damage over 3 seconds. So you do the math, it's obviously a little bit better to go with Glaive Tempest, and it's also a lot better when you're facing multiple enemies as well. And so for that reason, Glaive Tempest is definitely the play. Netherwalk is, I would have to say right now, mandatory. With the one-shot meta that we're in, everybody wants to avoid dying. Immunities are just super necessary. And at the same time, Demon Hunter Leech is not what it used to be, right? If you look, it says Leech is increased by 5%. It used to be 10%. And Leech in and of itself has been nerfed on Demon Hunter. So 5% of really crappy Leech is still really crappy Leech. So Netherwalk has become a mandatory talent as well for right now. First Blood as well. This is definitely something that it's been a mandatory talent for Demon Hunter for a while. I've played around with the other two, Essence Break and Cycle of Hatred, but at the end of the day, First Blood, if you see almost every Demon Hunter is running First Blood, and it's just again a mandatory talent. So next up, Fell Eruption. This is one that it's another mandatory talent you have to take. Master of the Glaive and Unbound or and Unleash Power are very good, but at the end of the day, you need that second stun, and you need that range stun as well. And with your AoE stun being Chaos Nova having a minute cooldown, it's definitely you need a second stun in there. And lastly, I've played around with Demonic versus the Momentum build. And at the end of the day, after the hotfix that just went out on Tuesday of the second week here, that increases the damage of your Chaos Strike and your Annihilation, or at least makes it work in the way it was initially intended, because apparently with the way Blizzard was scaling things, Chaos Strike and Annihilation weren't working as intended, and they were hitting for a lot less than they should be. But as of Tuesday, there was a hot fix that went out, and your Annihilation now does a fair amount of damage, and I can say after playing with it for a day, I can definitely tell the difference. And so on that, I will say Demonic is definitely the way to play. You need to have that Metamorphosis. For one, you get that Blade Dance dodge, which can be huge, right? So when you're in Metamorphosis, everybody thinks that Blade Dance dodge has been taken away from Demon Hunter. It kind of has, but it is still available if you are in Metamorphosis. You can still Blade Dance a kidney, possibly, or any other spell. Next are PvP talents. So Cover of Darkness is 100% mandatory, and that is has to do a lot with the legendary that we're running as well. But we'll get into that later. We'll talk about legendaries here in a little bit. So Reverse Magic is a very, very good talent. Usually I would play either Reverse Magic or Detainment. Now, if you're going up against certain teams, there may be nothing that you relatively need to reverse, but most teams you're gonna or you're gonna get a lot of value out of reverse, and a lot of it depends on what comp you're playing with too. So these last two PvP talents may change depending on what comp you're fighting, and then we'll go over a little bit of the comps when I get into some gameplay footage that we have later in the video. And then Mortal Rush. This is the big new ability. This is your basically your Mortal Strike. And so for this we you know, sometimes I do spec into Detainment if I'm playing with, say, a Warrior, because the Warrior already has the MS, so there's no reason for me to have it. But if I'm, say, playing with a Shadow Priest or playing with an Enhance, I will 100% for the most part be spec'd into Mortal Rush. So from here, we've gone over the talents. Let's take a look at the gear here real quick. If you want to look at the gear, and then we'll get into legendary as well. If you want to look at the gear, you want to look at the itemization. You want to look at, okay, what kind of gear are you trying to get? And for Demon Hunter, your main stat is going to be versatility. You really want versatility. You also really want haste. So haste versatility is going to be your BIS stats that you can get. Now, you do want to have a little bit of crit, right? So if you look, I've got crit verse on my belt because, again, verse is that main stat. But you want to have a little bit of crit because our big damaging ability, the Hunt, is going to be something that can crit. And when it crits big. I'm talking one-shot status. So having a little bit of crit isn't bad. As far as that, I'm running Haste Verse for almost every piece, fully optimized. Everything is gemmed and enchanted as much as I can have it. My weapons I was able to get a 226 weapon this week. I was very fortunate with that. And then I just have the rank 5 honor one as well that's haste and verse. So as far as the trinkets goes, I'm rocking the insignia for a little bit of extra haste and a little bit of the primary stat, and I'm rocking the trinket. It is definitely a good idea to be rocking the insignia and the trinket right now. Maybe later on in the expansion, it may be possible to throw in a PvE trinket as well. But right now, the versatility bonus that you get from having two PvP trinkets, with versatility and the meta being the way it is, you cannot get enough versatility. And that brings me into another point I want to make right here on versatility. I'm rocking currently 21% versatility, and I still feel like I need more. To order to be an effective demon hunter right now, you need to be above 20% versatility, or at least you need to be working towards getting 20% versatility. Say you're not best optimized, you're doing your best, you're still gearing. I mean, as you can see, I'm only 191 item level. Um, maybe you're 180, maybe you're 177, and you only have 15% verse, 13% verse. Now, that's not bad, but you're definitely gonna be hurting, right? Things are going to hurt. One shots are going to happen. The more verse you get, the better durable you are as far as Demon Hunter and as far as playing with certain comps as well. So that will get us into our next topic here on the legendary, right? So right now for Demon Hunter, the name of the game, the play style is the hunt. You play around the hunt, that 2 minute cooldown. When you have the hunt up and available to use, you are ready to kill something. You are ready to win the match. When you don't have it, the name of the game is buy time, defense, defense, defense. Play around the hunt cooldown. Now you can't still get kills outside of the hunt, but it's really really hard. And for that reason, uh, so you have damage, right? You have damage when you have the hunt. You have the kill potential. It's there. But outside of it, you need to figure out how to live, how to stay alive. And in this one-shot meta, demon hunters are notorious for just dying out of nowhere. Because demon hunters are not as tanky as they used to be. If you haven't played any of the initial Shadowlands, you may not know, but demon hunters are definitely taking a lot of damage as compared to other classes right now. So one way to mitigate that is to spec into or have a legendary that's going to help you out with that. If you look, I have Shroud of the Darkest Hour. This is available from the PvP vendor for honor, right? I believe it's only 1500 honor. So farm up a little honor, buy your power. If you see, mine is at a level 2, mine is at the 210 item level. That's because it's the second week. I was able to, on the second week today, craft my 210 legendary. I would recommend to any demon hunter right now, you need to get Shroud of the Darkest Hour. I chose my chess piece. Now, this is available on more than just the chess piece, but looking at the way the stats rolled out, my opinion is that it was best to go with the chess piece. So let's take a look at what this does. Let's read this here real quick. You automatically trigger darkness when you fall below 35% health. This effect can only occur once every 2 minutes. So what does that mean? So we all know darkness is one of your big abilities. This thing has a 3-minute cooldown. Well, if you're it has a so initially it has a 20% chance to reduce to avoid all damage, right? But as we said earlier, your Cover of Darkness talent, that increases the effectiveness of darkness by 50%. Now, this is mandatory, especially now that we're running this Darkness Legendary, because now this turns our darkness into a 70%, avoid 70% of all damage. I'm talking magic damage, I'm talking physical damage, we're talking nature, we're talking all damage has a 70% chance to be avoided. But let's look at our Darkness Legendary, and it says you automatically trigger Darkness. Well, here's the good news, guys. When you play with this, you automatically trigger it, but it does not incur your cooldown. So technically, right, you can get yourself to 35%. It will pop Darkness. That will be a 70% chance to avoid everything. That will be, as the Demon Hunters know it, as Big Dark. And then you still have that darkness on cooldown. So if you're just taking massive damage, you proc that Darkness Legendary, darkness is about to run out, you still don't have enough health, just press darkness again. You can double darkness. And darkness is one thing that really puts demon hunters in a good spot as far as utility, because it's not just your defensive, it's your team's defensive. So say you proc darkness for on yourself in a go, right? And then 2 minutes later, there's a go, or less than 2 minutes later, there's a go for your teammate. You can jump to him and press darkness, and you can use it again. There's so many uses that you can get out of this darkness legendary, and it gives you an extra button without having an extra button. Because right now, again, the name of the game is to survive around the hunt, and this gives you extra time in the arena to where you're not going to die. And then right now, as a demon hunter, in most comps, you are going to be the kill target. They may not start you, may not train you the whole game, but you are always going to be one of the kill targets. So you need to keep that in mind. So we went over the spec, we went over the talents, we went over the gear. Let's get into Soulbinds real quick. Let's get into Soulbinds. So we're standing right here, because Soulbinds are going to be a big thing. So here's what I'm looking at right now. As of right now, it is the second week, and I have not unlocked everything yet. Now, I've taken a look at both of our different options that we can run, and as of now, the best thing, or the best trait tree that I can see is to go with the start with Naya, go into Unnatural Malice. This is a mandatory potency conduit you have to have. It increases the hunt's strike against its primary target by 30%. Now, this is basically mandatory. This increases the damage that the hunt that you have. Sorry, I can't talk today. This increases the damage of your hunt by, well, it says 30%, but there was actually a kind of nerf that came out Tuesday that decreased it by 15%. So I don't know why this is saying 30%. Maybe the tooltip's just not updated, or maybe it doesn't show and it goes into effect in PvP only. But if you look at this in a PvP sense, it should say increases the damage of the hunt's primary strike against its primary target by 15%. Now, this is at 171 item level. You can get an item level 184 or 200 item level potency conduit that will be 35%, or what would be 17.5%. So then we're going to go into the run without tiring. This is while you're in soul shape, you regenerate 5% of your maximum health every 3 seconds. This is, I believe, very crucial, because when you're a demon hunter, you need to kite sometimes. You need to use your mobility to stay alive. Like, you don't want to trade blur, so instead of trading blur, darkness, nether walk, one of your healer's cooldowns, you could just use your mobility to get away from that ret paladin, to get away from that warrior, so that way you can heal up. And part of that is using your soul shape ability to get away from everybody. And when you're getting away from everybody, it's probably because you're taking a lot of damage. So when you're getting away from everybody, what do you want more? And when you're getting away from everybody and you're taking a lot of damage, what do you want more than anything else? You want heals. So, regenerating a flat 5% of your health every 3 seconds while you're in soul shape, that is very, very good. And according to all the other trees, I think this is definitely the route to go. After that, I have demonic parole. I thought it was patrol, but it's demonic parole. All that is enemies that leave your prison have a chance to, or have their movement speed reduced by 50% for 8 seconds. This is one I use in prison a lot when I'm playing my threes. It is definitely, I imprison the off target, I imprison the healer, and having a basically almost chains of ice level slow on them for 8 seconds after they're imprisoned. Because normally when I imprison a healer, they're very far away, right? And then so that's part of the play style. You have to know that you have this conduit, and if you imprison a healer very far away from his DPS that is dying, and then he's slowed for 50% for the next 8 seconds after he's out of that CC, he's going to have to try to run to get to his DPS that's dying, and you're making it so that he's even slower, and he may not be able to make it to heal that DPS. You may have bought yourself an extra second, an extra 0.5 seconds, or just enough that you need to land that kill. So for that reason, this is the finesse conduit that I would recommend. And then I went into Nature's Splendor as well. Chance to obtain legendary, or not legendary, a chance to obtain leather meat. This next row, this Nature's Splendor and the Swift Patrol, increase movement speed by 20% after defeating an enemy. Combat cancels this effect. These are both basically they don't have anything to do with Arena, so I don't want to talk about that very much. But if you really want to know, I went into Nature's Splendor. It gives me different mats to sell in the auction house to make money. So I like it. So we talked about talents. We talked about gear. We talked about conduits. The next thing I want to talk about is compositions, right? And so there's a couple compositions that I've played with, and I will be including some gameplay footage at the end of this. But the compositions, right? The compositions that I have definitely had some success with have been Demon Hunter Shadow Priest and Demon Hunter Warrior. Now, I have tried out Demon Hunter Enhance, and I gave that a very, very fair go with one of the best enhances who's ever played the game. And unfortunately, we just could not find a way to make it work. The damage is just not there when you need it. So for that reason, I would say Demon Hunter Enhance is okay, but at higher levels, it's not very good to climb with. So if you're playing Demon Hunter, I would recommend for your tier 1 comps, your top tier comps there, or I guess S tier as some PvPers would say, Demon Hunter Druid, like Demon Hunter Boomkin. So Demon Hunter Boomkin, Demon Hunter Warrior, Demon Hunter Shadow Priest. I think Demon Hunter Shadow Priest is underrated, and I think it's really good right now. And I also would include Demon Hunter Ret in there as well. Now, as far as the healer goes for these comps, a Resto Shaman can work, but your best healers, a Resto Shaman would be maybe B tier, and as far as your A tier, your top healers, you would want a Disc Priest or a Holy Paladin. Personally, if you give me a choice, I'm going to choose a Disc Priest for most of these comps. But a close second would be a Holy Paladin. They have decent cooldowns. Their throughput is not exactly where it used to be, but as far right now, you just need those cooldowns. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into some footage. A couple pieces of footage. The next footage I'm gonna show you is, or the first piece that I'm gonna show you is a clip of. It's a clip of me demonstrating how you can be kiting around in your soul shape, right? We talked about this with the conduit. You can be kiting around in your soul shape, healing up, but the hunt is such a long-range ability that you're able to kite around and still execute targets from across the map. So that's going to be the next clip that's going to play for you, and then from there, we're going to get into some gameplay footage. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I hope you guys get a little bit out of it. I hope if you guys stay and watch all of the gameplay footage, there'll be a bonus for you guys at the end, just saying. Or you could skip to the end. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I stream every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Barndoor, 2 O's and 2 R's. So if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to leave it in the comments in the video. If not, have yourself a great day.
I missed.
Oh, yeah. I think he juked us both.
No, I got.
For the hunter?
Yeah, no. Avatar, everything.
He's not dead. Big shield. I've got hunt 5.
You're trying to CC me?
Sharpen now. Kill. Just kill through.
I can't destroy you.
I got it.
Dude, this damage is absurd.
Corner, it's so fucking long.
I'll stun this hex.
I'm gonna swap here. I'm getting my ass kicked. I have nothing.
I'm cycloned. Yeah, hold on. They've used.
I dark.
Cyclone.
That's nice.
Because he's getting
They're
cloned into
breaking
Hex.
everything.
I fear he's up. When you get these totems and these banners, it's stopping
Yeah,
you so
yeah.
hard. Fading. You can kick. It's a big go, but
Rampage in the sky.
Careful. You pop a Stormkeeper. I'll stun him. Watch out. He's got. Okay, I blurred.
Damn, this is wild. Blinking.
Double. I stunned.
Game.
I
kick lasso.
I got locked. You're in trouble, I think. Or,
Maybe.
oh,
Like, I mean,
fucking.
I'm in a clone. I'm in a clone. You're dead. You're dead.
You kick.
Dude, they're fucking. They're going me.
Rain. Heal barn.
Yeah, I got him.
Kick. Warlock kick. Warlock kick. Exciting.
Oh my god, I couldn't grounding, man.
Barn
Barn,
reset.
get
Reset.
back. Get
I'm
back.
trying to get out. I'm trying.
Me. Both
You
kicks
gotta
down. Both
kick.
kicks
You
down.
gotta kick.
Let's go. We can go. We can go big here.
Okay, who do you want to go? Who do you want to go? Mage or Channel? Channel? I'm on him. I'm on him. I'm feared. I'm feared. I'm gonna.
My game. Big fucking my game.
I stunned. He teleported.
He ran away.
Fuck. He's.
Go mage. Go mage. He's too slippery. He's too slippery. Go mage. Go mage. This guy's too slippery for us.
I'm on him.
Time.
Alternate time. Alternate time.
Kick maybe.
I stun him.
Gonna get it.
There's Iron Bark as well.
Healer. Healer. Healer.
I got locked. I got locked.
Lock two. I might die here.
I'm like
Hey,
lying.
Barn, stay right there. 100 for the first day. Or 2k for the first day. He missed his kick.
I blur.
Actually, go mage. This wall's gonna kite you
Yeah,
all game.
yeah.
Just go mage. Go mage.
Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
thought about the last time we fought these comps.
It's too far away.
Fearing this fucking warlock. Stunning healer.
Yep.
Damnation. You fear. Coiled. How do you get out of that? Oh, you trinketed. You trinketed.
Dark Soul.
I'm trying to purge.
Just star right now.
Purge it.
I'm like
There's icy veins.
wheelchair
Too.
right now.
I got icy veins. The kick.
I need to
Both kick.
I got Sky Fury. I got Sky Fury.
I'm stunned in the back. stunned in the
Careful,
back.
you're in a bad
gonna clip the
spot.
ball, I'm gonna clip
I
the
kicked the
ball.
seal.
Oh, big damn, big damn, big damn, big damn. They have no kick. Silencing healer. GG.
Gosh,
Dude,
yes.
every kick. They are so mad, dude. They are so mad at every fucking kick on me. I don't think I saw that, but I juked every kick. Don't let the rogue get a reset.
If I'm close.
I can't stop.
Alright.
I got
Going
him.
in,
I
going
got
in,
him.
I
I
got
got
him.
him. I got him. I got him.
And this way, going this way, going this way. Got him.
Stunning everyone. Yeah, I did too.
I'm
hexing,
rooted. I'm
hexing,
rooted.
hexing,
I can't do
hexing,
anything.
hexing.
Kill Sax. Kill Sax. I can't connect.
I'm hitting damage on him.
Got him.
that ability isn't ready.
I can still die.
I heard them on top of it.
I'm in. Killing. Fucking embrace.
Kick my games.
I'm out of range.
I'm on the rogue. I'm feared. I signed healer on penance. I'll sign healer on penance.
Yeah.
I find games actually. Mind controlling out before he fears me. Full MT. You can kill him. Way the fuck back here.
Need to get close.
It's called the Barndoor brain. We're just gonna zug, dude.
Big brain, it's Barndoor brain. Skew it up, boys, these RBGs be insane. Big brain, it's a Barndoor brain. Every time we hit Betty, it's already good game.
Looks like we caught myself a barn door, rank one. Always glad, always reppin' for the horde. Find him on his demon hunter, always up on barn war. Rolling with the barn door boys, you know it's always time for war. And we'll get there on this barn train. Uber Eats, we on these streets, you know we eatin' hungry. Making meals about these ally bitches. Warm our luck, dropping bodies, leaving ally corpse of digits.
It's called the Barndoor brain. We're just gonna zug, dude.
For the horde.
Big brain, it's Barndoor brain. Skew it up, boys, these RBGs be insane. Big brain, it's a Barndoor brain. Every time we hit Betty, it's already good game.